Hey guys, just doing another another market analysis today for you guys. So we have just having a look here at Bitcoin today. So if you've had a look recently, so Bitcoin's been doing pretty good with the dollar. So fundamentally, the U.S. dollar has been bearish because I want to say pretty much because because of the interest rates, they're starting to slow down the rate hikes. They're going to start cutting the rates. The economy itself is basically heading into a recession. If you're interested on that, you can check out Bloomberg. They don't pay me to advertise, but they have some good information. If you're looking on like quality fundamental news about the economy and the market, check them out. So as you can see on the daily time frame, we pretty much have so we've had that low. That low was in December now. Was around 15k, so it's gotten up to about 30. So it's had a reach. Basically, it's had a decent run since then. So they're starting to take profits here. It'd be nice to get some. So we have the yellow line as the 200-day EMA, exponential moving average. So it'd be nice to get some underneath there, kind of like this. I'll be hoping to get some there if I can. That'd be a good area to get some. But it's been pretty strong. Basically, we have the 200 EMA. We have the 50 and the 100 crossing over the 200 around here. So obviously, as you can see, it started to move closer towards, and it hadn't been there since March of 2022. So it's been a while. It's not exactly the best. Like MA crosses themselves don't really do anything. For trends, they might help. Personally, I found that for trends, they help if it's a trend. So it helps you kind of determine the trend. But anyways, the daily isn't going to tell us too much. As you can see, let me just show you the low. So we just kind of got back. So the 2-week EMAs, the white line, 50, 100, and 200. So pretty much nothing really showing us on the daily, but I'll show you the monthly. Over here we can see the max just crossing over. This is what happened when the MAC crossed down last time we had quite a run. The MAC's usually good for longer term swings. Doesn't always catch it perfectly. Sometimes it fakes out first, but as you can tell, we're at quite an oversold state. You can also check the stock. So for example, here when the MAC was crossing, got a little bit on that first one. This isn't the fastest MACD, so if you want a better MACD, you'll have to code one yourself. TradingView doesn't really allow you to make crazy. Well, actually, kind of they do. I'd rather just make it in MQL5 using C++. It's easier for me to understand than PineScript. Because PineScript's like a sugar syntax, so you have to kind of know it. It's like different than other languages. But anyways, so when's the last time the stock was oversold? So the stock's on the bottom. So it was oversold last February 2019. So you can see that the stock was oversold. It doesn't obviously see, as you can see here, it strongly diverged first. At 20k, it diverged. But we didn't really diverge here, as you can see. Can we? Well, yeah, it's possible. With the rate situation, probably no. But then also we have the MAC swinging. So you can see that the MAC is swinging. Sometimes the first swing, for example here, what was the entry with this one? Let me just check. I'm glitching out here, sorry. Okay, whoops. Okay, so what was this entry on the first MAC swing? 10K. Where was the actual takeoff? $10K. It wasn't too bad. Drawdown. Quite a lot. 60% drawdown. But took off the second time. And obviously moved higher. So it's not a bad entry. We could see this come back down. We could continue maybe a little bit down first over the next few months. Worst case scenario. Obviously you can see that there's still quite a lot of room to the upside. The trend of the Bitcoin monthly obviously hasn't fallen too low. There's a thing with Bitcoin where there's like a limited supply, excuse me, so eventually it's gonna get bought out. There's that. That's pretty much it. There's not much more. I think it could be a good time to be buying. Not here. It could continue to take off, but if it goes back down around 20, that would be pretty good. So right now I'm waiting to get a better entry price. That would be better. So what else can we talk about? So I'm pretty sure that's all we really need to talk about. We could talk about the dollar a little bit. Maybe just a few more, because I don't do these. I'm trying to do more. Let's just talk about the dollar. Let's just see how the dollar's looking. Dollar had quite a quick dump here. The MAC moved down already. Starting to move down. Continue to move down. But this could be a longer term trend kind of sell-off. So we haven't really reached down and oversold yet. It could always diverge first. So we still got a little bit more. Last time, as you can see, we got down to the 200 EMA. We're still quite high. So I was thinking around 94 too. Before they start buying this up. Just from liquidity zones, you could see this was like a sell-off. Let's take a median level and let's take a low. So that's just kind of looking at it. Obviously, it could get crazy. This isn't 2000. I'm not saying this is 2008, but we are heading into a recession, so always be careful. I don't really do the monthly. I stick to between the 4-hour and 1 day time frames between there. But for right now, pretty much the dollar seems quite bearish with the economic situation. I'm more of a technical person because I'm a computer science major. You guys know that from my channel. But just from a fundamental perspective, you guys can see that it's heading down. Oil's still heading down. It looks like with the Saudis, it's starting to head back down. With the Saudi oil crooks, they tried to cut the supply when oil got to $64 a barrel was it a few weeks ago? And it's like the day that it went to 64, they started panicking and cut off the supply because they're losing money. Those guys are always stealing money from the rest of the world. I think other countries followed as well. So now it seems to be selling off. That's good, because I hope they continue to sell off. Last week was a good sell-off. We could see the weekly stock getting... It's overbought here. It was overbought there. Remember, it can always diverge first. Like for example here, see it diverge first. But it is getting overbought. The MAC is starting to get get around 0. Let's just have a look at the 1 month. So we had a deeper sell-off last time. You could see could have the I believe that's the signal line, the orange line. We could see that come down. We saw that come down further last time. So I still think we could be heading down. Of course, that's just starting, so we could potentially see that coming down still. We still haven't been below the 200-day EMA. So as you can see, before we got quite low below the 200-day EMA. Right now we're still quite high above. So I still think it's possible to get below. We recently touched it, but as you can see, we've been quite far below it at certain times, especially during COVID, but we definitely got a little bit under it, so I still think we could still see this come down a bit more. Pretty much everything's just going off the rates right now. If the dollar is going to be short, then the pound and the euro will be long, pretty much. You still see the pound and the euro come up. So stock indexes, same idea. Stocks are quite bullish right now. Same idea as last time. There's not much change. Just basically, we kind of can see that Bitcoin's been quite strong. So we can see the MACD is just starting to swing on the stock indexes. The stock indexes are just starting to take off. They're quite slow compared to the other assets. A lot of people have been kind of worried about buying the stocks, but as you can see, we have the low. We have these bouncing off the lows at least for the SPX, just starting to swing on the MACD. So you can see that stock was almost perfect there. Doesn't always work that way, but often it converges or diverges first. If I mix those up earlier, my bad. But you can see that we pretty much got oversold, dumped, and then got bought up here, just starting to swing that max. So yeah, so it looks good. It seems like they'll be buying stocks. The market's starting to buy stocks. Just be careful of the recession, though. What happened in 2008 when we had a recession last time? We can have a look here. Stocks sold off quite heavily below the 200-day E. That's like a half. That's more than 50% down. So it's always possible, right? So just be careful. Right now the max swinging for now, so that's why I stick to those time. I don't stick to the monthly. I stick to time frames between the 4-hour and 1 day. I'll show you Facebook though, swinging quite heavily. I think we could potentially still see that coming up. We got quite low below the 200-day EMA. We never did get below that far, but tech stocks have been quite strong. So probably just end it there. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys like the video, you can like and subscribe to support the channel for more programming and investing tutorials. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.